Hi, Corey.
Hi, Marie.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing well, all things considered.
Yeah,
Um, I was an essential worker, and then we were given the opportunity to opt out of work and go on to unemployment if we wanted to do our American duty or follow our governor's orders. And I worked a good month into the COVID thing, which popped off here 20 minutes from where I live in Seattle, Washington. Well,
right.
it popped off in Kirkland, but and 20 minutes give or take depending on traffic and the time of day. But anyway, um, the customers just were so cavalier about the situation. I just felt that I wasn't entirely. It just I wanted to the idea is to stay home and not spread, right? And so quick, over that month that I worked during the outbreak, and things were getting worse and worse, and I tapped out. So I just completed my first week of being home and not having to work as an essential worker. Now you, unfortunately, I don't know, you don't have that option. You still have to go into work, right?
Well, yeah, I work in law, and lawyers are considered essential. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a legal assistant. So I am going in 4 days a week. I'm working from home 1 day a week. Most of the people in the office are working from home. And it's the same here. Like we are all just getting through this the best we can, and that's all anybody can do.
This is
And
right.
trying not to stress and trying to just stay sane and whatever that means to you. And God love our our health advisor here, Bonnie Henry, Dr. Bonnie Henry. She's fantastic. I find that British Columbians are obeying the rules. They're staying home. Everybody's social distancing. So if we keep this up, USA and Canada, we can get through it,
Yep. Yep.
and we will get through it because this will be over. It will
Yeah.
be over. You know, uh,
Yeah, everything comes to an end at some point, right?
yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully we can just, yeah, get through
But we,
this.
but I learned some great tools, and I think you know what those tools are.
Yes, because I learned them at the same time you did.
That's right. And we're going to tell you guys about that. Marie, go ahead.
And this is one of the reasons why we wanted to jump on today, is because our last interview down there, episode 3, we interviewed Tim Yancey. He is an extreme haunting survivor. Uh, they did a documentary based on his family, and then he was also featured on one of the haunting shows. You know this part better than I do.
Yeah, Tim's story was on a show called The Haunted, and it was on Destination America. You can find it on YouTube. The episode that belonged to Tim's family was called Shadow Man. So if you want to delve further into Tim's story or watch it before you listen to the podcast, it's
Yeah,
called Shadow Man, The Haunted, and you can find it on YouTube. And it's riveting, and it's scary, and it's interesting, and it's a true story.
it is. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So he talked to us about his experiences, what he went through, and it was over a fairly long span of time, as it rolled out, right? Which you'll hear in the podcast. And then towards the end of the podcast, I when I was researching Tim, I saw that his wife Trish Yancey was a published author, so I wanted to give him the opportunity to promote his wife's book at the end of the show, at the end of episode 3 down there. And so Trish came on, and this is where, when I talk in the description of that episode, when I talk about divine intervention, this is where I feel like that kicked in. When Trish came on, she has a message that I think that all of us, anybody that can hear my voice and Kari's voice right now, we are imploring you to listen to that episode, and to hear not only Tim's terrifying tale, but then there's a little rainbow of awesomeness at the end that you will cherish. And like Kari said, it's a tool that you can put in your toolbox immediately, start using immediately, and utilize it, all throughout the rest of your life. It was simple. Simplicity, it's a beautiful thing, right?
And right now, especially in these times, it's a stress management tool for getting through COVID. Trish Yancey was just an inspirational, lovely, eloquent woman who really has a lot to offer
Yeah.
in terms of guidance and spiritual guidance, if that's what you're looking for. But she was such a great surprise in this episode, and we're very grateful that she, took the time and came on
Yes,
and,
and I did
and
get her book,
yeah,
The Five Come Alive. The Five Come Alive is what it's called.
yeah.
I ordered it off Amazon. It came fairly quickly. I did let it sit for 3 days to quarantine before I took it because apparently the contagion can live on cardboard for, I want to say, up to 72 hours. So I just let it sit there. And it was killing me because I really wanted to get into it. But I got, finally got to open it. So now I get to read it.
Fantastic, and we can talk about that next time. We do a video maybe and share some of that with our viewers
Yeah,
um,
I think
about
that's a
the content,
great.
because I have no doubt that it's probably fantastic and helpful
Yeah,
and comfortable.
absolutely.
So she certainly was. So yeah, what a treat that was to have the both of them on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the other reason we wanted to jump on here today is to let you know that we have booked our April guest. We're super, super excited about this guest. Um, and I never ever say who the guest is until the show is out there. So I'll just have to keep you on pins and needles. But if you subscribe to the channel while you're here, you'll see when the next podcast is available. The April episode should be towards probably the last week of the month will be when it's available. Maybe a little sooner. Click that subscribe button so that you don't miss it. And also check out Tim Yancey, episode 3, where you can get that awesome insight from his wife and the terrifying tales that he has to share as well.
Some of them kept me up that night for
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, oh, and he also the other interesting thing that Tim Yancey talked about was his the current project that he's working on that has to do with the Amityville haunting, which is a favorite of Kari and I's.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, we don't want to give too much away about that, but listen to the episode and you'll get those updates.
Yep, and we'll
That
keep you
we
posted. We hope everybody out there stays safe and well, and what else do we hope, Kari?
be well until next time, folks.
That's it. We'll see you soon.